Hi everybody, Dr. Lisa Thompson here of drlisamthompson.com, coming to you live from my home office outside of Eden Prairie, Minnesota, and welcome to another edition of The Doctor Is In. And on today's show, we're continuing our Twitter discussion, where I'm going to share with you my best app that I use on Twitter that allows me to find targeted followers and leads in less than 15 minutes. I'm going to show you exactly how I use this app to get people engaging with me. And I know you're going to just absolutely love what I'm going to share with you today. So what I want you guys to be doing is when you come in, I want you to tell me who you are, where you're from, send me a shout out. I'll shout you out right back. And in the upper right hand corner of your screen, you're going to see a notification button. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, to click on that notification button, because what that will do is that it will allow you and allows Facebook to give you a notification when I'm going live. Hi Kenneth, glad to have you on the show, so that we can interact in real time. I always do my Doctor Is In live shows Monday through Friday at 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central, 1:30 Pacific. If you miss, oh, you're from Virginia Beach, awesome. And if you miss an episode, don't worry, I got you covered. What I do is I upload my, these Doctor Is In live shows, I upload them to my YouTube channel. And then you can head over to my YouTube channel and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. What you can do is head over to my blog at drlisamthompson.com. You'll see where I'm all at on social media, and all you have to do is just click on the YouTube icon on the main page of my website, drlisamthompson.com. You'll see it right smack dab in the middle, and you just click on that, and I'll take you right to my YouTube channel, and you can subscribe, and you will never miss a thing. And also, I just want to just give you a brief heads up. Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there is a great free training by two very good friends of mine, Diane and Larry Hockman, who are going to share what they did to be at the top of their affiliate company, where they, just a few weeks ago, were able to win an award for a car bonus, and they picked out a Lexus LS 450, and they're going to share with you what they've learned over the last 17 years being in the home business industry, and some really practical tips that can help you as well. So if you want to go to this webinar tonight, they're dynamic speakers, very informative, and they always bring out the value. Just head over to webinar.drlisamthompson.com and you can register. It's absolutely free, and it's a really great way to build your knowledge and get some really good mindset hacks to really help you become successful in business. So I've talked long enough about some housekeeping items. Let's focus on Twitter and these Twitter app that I use. Now, the key to Twitter, and I've mentioned this over the last couple of days, the reason Twitter is such a great place for leads is that it's the only social media platform out there where you can truly automate your task. And what I mean by that, it's not just having an app and doing a whole bunch of, posting tweets and following people. There's a mindset and strategy that goes with the app. And what this does is you want to use these apps as a sifting and sorting mechanism so that you're interacting with people who are truly interested in wanting to interact with you. That's what social media is all about. It is about creating an engagement experience, okay? Because if you're showing engagement and being social, you're going to wind up getting a better result. So the app that I use, and I've been using this since January of 2016, and I absolutely love it. My good friend and Twitter marketing expert, Adam Chandler, hooked me on this app, and it's called Statusbrew. And Statusbrew can also be done, it's an app that you can download to your mobile device, and it's also an app that works on your desktop or laptop. What Statusbrew does is that it allows you to follow and unfollow people quickly. But where where this is different. Hi, Junie. Glad to have you on the show today. Where this is different from maybe some of the other apps. Hi, Lynn. Glad to have you on the show. And it's different from maybe a lot of people use unfollowers, is that you can customize Statusbrew and you can laser target people in your niche and their followers, and you can unfollow quickly. And not only that, it also gives you a great way to make your automation process where you look human. You know, one of the big challenges when you use automated software is that people can sniff out if it's a bot, okay, if it's something automatic. And what Statusbrew allows you to do is that you can do different variations of tweets and direct messages so that it looks genuine and authentic, like you're actually on Twitter all the time interacting with people. Now, there is a free version of Statusbrew, and then they have different membership levels. I use the basic membership level. I think it's like, I can't remember, it's between like $9 and $12 a month. Very, very affordable. And what this allows me to do is that I can go on Twitter, and I can find accounts. So the way you would do this is you would go to Twitter and you would type in a search term in the Twitter search box. So it could be, for example, home business, MLM. You could type in an industry leader, and then all of a sudden you're going to see all these tweets and search terms come out below. At the very top, wherever you search, there's going to be a series of tabs, and you want to click accounts. Because what that's going to do, hi Matthew, glad to have you on the show today. And when you see accounts, that's going to show you all of the Twitter followers, okay? All of the users for Twitter that either have that search term into the, that have that particular search term in their Twitter profile, or they have it in their Twitter handle. So that's a great way that you can find targeted people. So what I will do is I will copy. What's up, Ken? That's great, Matthew. Love it. If you're not following Matthew, you need to. He's absolutely crushing it out there. He's giving away the best network marketing tips on his blog. You need to really go over there and check his stuff out. It's just spectacular. So anyway, what you do is you copy the hashtag, or not the hashtag, but the username, the Twitter handle of the person you want to follow. And then you go into Statusbrew and you put their name in there. And with the real basic paid membership, you can do up to 2 names at once. And then what it allows you to do is you can go through, and it's going to bring up all of their Twitter followers. And you can really go in there and follow who they're following. That's a really great way to build your Twitter following, and you're using targeted people, okay? So here's what you can do with, I'm going to give you now my best tips when it comes to using Statusbrew. And I learned this both from Adam Chandler and Terry Grimaud. And one thing that you always want to do is when people are going to start following you is you want them to, get a direct message from you, a welcome direct message. And in the beginning, when I first started using Statusbrew, I would give them a link to my free giveaway. And I noticed within the last 8 weeks that my stats have dropped. I wasn't getting enough leads. And then I was listening to what Terry Grimaud was doing, and he's not using the links anymore. He's trying a different tactic. I'm going to share with you because what he's doing, and I've started implementing this strategy, and now I'm seeing my engagement go through the roof. So here's what you should do, is when you are using a direct message, you should have 3 different variations. Again, you want to make this natural as possible. Don't put any links in, but what you will do is you will want to say, hey, and then you can personalize the tweet, because they'll have a couple of different little codes that can make you personalize it. So you'll say, hey, and then you will have the first name code. You don't want to use their Twitter handle, just the first name. And you'll say, thanks for the follow, just curious. Are you using Twitter for personal or business? That's very powerful, because what that's going to do now is this is a sifting and sorting mechanism. So if people respond back to you saying that they're using it for business or for both, now you can target and frame your questions, because a lot of people who you might be following on Twitter or who are going to follow you may only be using Twitter for personal. So now what you've done is that you've taken and you are now clearing the field, and you're looking for people who are going to raise their hand and say, hey, I'm using this for business. And seeing if you have your Twitter profile optimized correctly, stating what you do and how you help people, then what happens is they're going to reach out to you and they're going to say, hey, you know, I had someone respond to me today saying, hey, I'm using it for business, but I'm struggling getting leads. I noticed that you do this stuff with social media. How do you go about doing it? Now, that's about as targeted of a lead as you're going to get, because people will open up to you. All right? So you want to have a couple of variations. I would do 3. So you would say, hey, thanks for the follow. Curious, are you using the Twitter for business or for pleasure? Are you using Twitter for business or personal? Are you using Twitter for business or for fun? Okay, keep a kind of 3 different variations of that same theme. Make it look, because it's going to make it look natural. Now, what you can also do, and this is why I love it, because unfollowers, I haven't used it in a while, but when at the time they didn't have this, is you can send out a public tweet to people, where you can notify them that you followed them or thanking them for the follow. So here's what I do here. I have 2 main tweets, but then I've created about 8 different variations of each tweet. So this looks natural. So the first thing that I do is I invite them to follow me on Facebook. Don't friend me, follow me. So you have to make sure on Facebook that you have your follow button enabled. And then what you do is you take your Facebook personal URL, because that's where your follow button is. Take that, your Facebook personal URL, copy it. It's Statusbrew, Matthew, Statusbrew, statusbrew.com. Excuse me. So what you do, copy the URL to your Facebook personal profile, and then create a bit.ly link, okay? And then take that bit.ly link, and then you're going to put it into a welcome tweet. So the one thing when you're doing the public welcome tweet is you want to use the code for their username, okay, their Twitter handle. So you're going to say, hey, Twitter handle, thanks for the follow. Come follow me on Facebook. So what you're doing here is when you use the Twitter handle, they're going to get a notification from Twitter that is going to say that, hey, somebody just sent you a tweet publicly. So people can look at that, all right? Because they may not check their direct message. They will get a notification, but sometimes people don't look at their direct message right away. But they will look at someone who tags them in a tweet. So you'll say, you know, follow me on Facebook. So now you're building up your followers on Facebook, because what's really cool with Facebook is when you have that follow button enabled, people can comment on your Facebook messages, and you can send you private messages. It won't go into the other folder on Facebook. So I like doing that follow button rather than the Facebook friend request. I'm saving the Facebook friend request for people who I'm truly interacting with prospects, whether they become my customers or join me on my team. That way, you know, I have people who are interacting with me, and that's going to get more of my tweets or my Facebook posts visible. So you want to make sure to utilize that follow button more. And this is a really great way, because now people can sit there and say, there's a follow button, I can follow them. All right? Very, very easy, and your stuff's going to show up on their news feed. And if you've got your Facebook profile filled out correctly, they might go over and like your fan page. So it's a really a win-win beneficial for you. So you want to take that tweet, and then you want to turn it into kind of like 8 different variations and say, you know, hey, what's up? Thanks you for the follow. Follow me on Facebook. You can do all sorts of different varieties there. Okay, you can say another great one could be, hey, Twitter handle, thanks for the follow. Did I follow you back? If not, reply to me and I'll make sure that I do that. That's another powerful tweet that you can use. And then that way you can reach out and follow with people. Because if they start to interact with you, that is great. All right. You're going to wind up getting some great engagement. Now, the next thing you want to do, the next tweet that I like to put out and I do a variation of, is I do a welcome video for my Twitter people. Okay, this is very, very powerful. And I upload it to YouTube. And it's a 2-minute video. Okay, I keep it to 2 minutes or less. So basically what you say in it is saying, hey, Twitter follower, or excuse me, hey, my name is Dr. Lisa Thompson. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. So excited that you're here. Tell them what you're doing. Okay, who you're about, how you solve the problem. And then what you can do is if you do like a Facebook Live, tell them you do Facebook Live. And if you're doing your Facebook Live on your personal profile, then invite them to follow you on Facebook so that they can watch your show and interact with your show. And if they miss it, then what you do is you get them to subscribe to your YouTube channel. So you say, if you missed it, you know, that's cool. But what you can do is I upload my Facebook Live videos to my YouTube channel. And what you can do is subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Because right now what YouTube is doing is that they put the subscribe button to your YouTube channel on the lower right-hand corner of your videos. So if you tell them to subscribe, guess what? They're just going to subscribe. All right? So now they're not going to miss anything. And then the third thing that you can tell them to do is if you have a blog with a giveaway, something free to give them as a thank you, have them go over to your blog and just say, hey, third thing I want you to do is head over to my blog where I have a free gift waiting for you. And tell them really briefly what that is, and then remind them what they need to do. You know, follow me on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and go get your gift, your free gift. And then tell them at the very end, you close the video by saying, hey, I appreciate you, looking forward to learning more about you and what you do and how I can be of service. How I can be of service to help you build your business. All right, that's very powerful. So now you have a welcome video. What you do is you make that welcome video unlisted, and then you take that YouTube link, create it as a bit.ly link. Remember, on Twitter, you want to use the URL shorteners, and Twitter users trust bit.ly links over any other link shortening service. Okay? People will open a bit.ly link. So you want to take that bit.ly link and put that in there, and then you can say, hey, thanks for the follow, and then what happens is you have this video, this welcome video that you're showing, okay? And that's going to show up down below because you have the link there, and they're going to see that video, and they're going to click on it, and they're going to watch it. And the cool thing is that, you know, they're going to respond back. And you can get untapped leads if you have a giveaway. You're going to get followers. And see, when you get people to follow you on multiple networks, they're going to stay with you. And they're going to want to know more of what you're about. And if you're keeping it focused, all right, everything's streamlined, this is unbelievable, all right? This is one, you know, it will take a little bit of time. I will tell you that. It'll probably take you, I would say, about an hour to get this part all set up. You know, as far as getting the welcome tweets on your direct message set up, and then the welcome public tweets you're going to want to put out. And when you do that, you take the time to do this. The next part, you know, and I'm going to be showing you on Friday the Twitter daily method of operation. You're going to see this come together, and it's going to blow your mind at how quickly you can get people who are interested in talking to you. You can get, if you really do this right, a minimum of 10 leads per day. all right, of people reaching out and talking to you. You don't have to chase anybody down. They're coming to you. And that is ultimate time leverage. Okay, this is what you can do where people can sit and you can talk with them and you can get them to the next level. You don't have to sit there and warm them up very quickly, especially if you're using, Twitter for business or personal? Because now if you've got them for business, now you know exactly what you need to do to get these guys ready and knowing exactly how you can solve their problems. Did you guys get some value from today's show? I know I put a lot of stuff out there. You know, this is one you're going to want to watch over and over again. And if you really want to get some really detailed training, hi Ronnie, glad to have you on the show, about how to really leverage Twitter and really set up these apps, my good friend Adam Chandler created a training where he breaks down how to set up this app, Statusbrew, and the next app I'm going to share with you tomorrow, which is Tweet Jukebox. So if you want to get that training and get set up and started, comment yes below in the comment section, and then what I will do is I will get you that training, and then you can watch it. And it's really an eye-opener. You can do this as you're watching it, and you're going to see your engagement grow. Now, tomorrow, on tomorrow's show, I'm going to give you a little preview. We're going to be talking about the other app that you use with this, and this is called Tweet Jukebox. And I'm going to show you tomorrow what is so great about Tweet Jukebox and the 5 types of tweet content you need to put out. And I'm telling you, when you use these 5 types of Twitter content, of tweets, it is going to raise your level of engagement. Now, there's one type of tweet that Terry Grimaud taught me to put up, and I never thought of this before, and I started using it last week, and I wound up getting tons of engagement and leads. As a matter of fact, on Monday, I think within 5 minutes, I had 6 leads from my Twitter account because of this one type of content. And I'm going to share that with you tomorrow. So you don't want to miss tomorrow's show. So make sure you click on the notification button in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, which will notify you. Facebook will notify you when I go live tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 Central, 1:30 Pacific, so that you are on, and I will give you what those 5 types of content are, and you are going to just crush it, and you're just going to be so excited when you hear about these tweets. So with that said, have an awesome evening, you guys. Ronnie, that's going to be what you can do is if you go to a time zone converter on Google, you can type that in, and you can just say whatever time it is in Australia to Central Standard Time in the United States. That would be 3:30 my time. You can type that in, and I believe that's going to be around 7:30 in the morning Australia time. You may want to check on that. So with that said, have a great evening, guys. Make sure you come to this training tonight with my good friends Diane and Larry Hockman. They're going to be doing some awesome, it's going to be a celebration about them reaching the top level of their affiliate company, and they're going to share some tips on how you can do the same. Just register at webinar.drlisamthompson.com. It's at 9 p.m. tonight. Make sure you're there 15 minutes early, because whenever Diane and Larry do a webinar, this seats fill up fast and people wind up getting bounced out. So make sure you show up. I'll see you there tonight, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. So take care.